Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Joining our live TV audience there at KVVB TV, Channel 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, YouTube Live, Roku TV, Apple TV, Alexa. Don't forget Fire Stick TV. Glad to have you with us. Somebody that's been doing quite a few action shots, quite literally, is with us right now. I'm talking about an actress whom you all know and love. Kate Del Castillo is here with us. Kate, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, under the circumstances of COVID-19, I am alive and well, which obviously I got to ask you, what's it like living through this pandemic? Because I know you're one usually that loves to travel. Has this put a dampening on your travel affairs?
I know. You know what? I travel because I work a lot, so thank God for that. And my job gets me to so many different places. But to be honest, right now I've been having an amazing time home because I never get to enjoy my home, and I never spend summer in my house. So for me, being like quite quiet, which I like to. So and I'm always alone. I've been living alone for a long, long time, so I'm not afraid of being alone. That's not the issue. It's for me, it's just nice to be back home.
Well, Kate, and I think a lot of us are very we've been made to step back, and I gotta ask, are you taking on any like special things that you've always wanted to do? Because I know typically you go gun shooting and you do it pretty well in this show, but I might add, are you taking any other special like archery or chopping people's heads off, anything like that?
You know what? I'm living right now. Where I live is I live in a golf course, and I've never golfed. So probably that I'm going to start doing that. Something more that's not a lot of action and quiet.
Wait.
You know.
I'm visualizing a scene with you in a golf club, taking it to somebody that wants to like take you out behind you. Talk to us about this show, which I know is nothing but action-packed, great drama, great action, something that I'm almost afraid to make my mom want to watch because she's been looking for something to binge watch for quite some time, and she wants to work on her Spanish, which I think is the perfect like addition. But is she going to come out as wanting to be La Reina? Did we drop her? Is she there?
Yes, we dropped her. Hold on. She's calling.
Are you there with us? Or did her cell phone get cut off? Oh, okay, that happens. We'll pick up in just a minute with her. So if you're just joining us, we've got Kate Del Castillo over there, which has a fantastic show. You can check it out on Telemundo. And you can actually, if you don't speak Spanish, they have the subtitles in English. Do we have Kate there back with us?
I'm here. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you something, Kate. Obviously, this show has a huge following in international waters, here nationally as well and abroad. I got to ask, you got a lot of fans, and your fan base, they love everything you put out. What's that journey been like from the very beginning of you wanting to be an actress?
Well, I was like 9. My dad is a huge actor. He's very well known in all Mexico and Latin America. He's done more than 350 movies and telenovelas, and you know. So I just love their passion. They're amazing, and thanks to them, we're doing now the 3rd season of La Reina del Sur because they're so passionate about it, and they keep telling, you know, on the media and everywhere how much they love the character Teresa Mendoza and how much they love the show. So thank God for them. You know, I owe them everything, and I enjoy so much being an actress because that's all I know since I was a little kid because of my dad. My dad doesn't have any other business, so my dad didn't have a movie. We didn't need it, literally. So that's why I appreciate so much what I do, and I respect so much what I do because when you really love what you do, you're passionate about it. You can really live. Make a living out of it, you know. So that for me is a successful career when you do whatever it is that you love.
Well, and it's interesting because, in past times, especially with your father, you had film, you had television, but you never had online. And online, I love online because you could sit there and watch episode after episode after episode. This, of course, being a really great multi-platform program, which Telemundo has put out. I got to ask, what's that journey been like? Because there's people that, maybe have never seen the show and they want to watch the show. What are they like looking forward to in this great program? Did we lose her again?
I think we lost her again. You know what? Let me try her again.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what? Let's take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break. Maybe she could call in directly, and then we can, because I think there's a cellular service situation going on. We're going to take a quick break here on the morning show. We'll get Kate Del Castillo next here with us. I think we're having connection problems with our third-party host, but we'll talk just around the corner right after these messages with more right after this. Stay tuned. That's right. It's the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM, KPVB TV, and online social media platforms. If you're just joining us, we have with us Kate Del Castillo, who hopefully will not get disconnected anytime soon. We've got Kate over there on her new show, La Reina del Sur. And Kate, a quick question for you. This season, I know in past seasons there's a lot of action. I would assume there's even more in this season.
Oh my God, this season is going to be crazier because we just have to be much better than the second one. The second one was already crazy action all the time, and which I love because we're getting a little bit far away from the drug trafficking and all that thing that I am a little bit bored about. But we were very loyal to the novel, which is a novel written by Arturo Pérez Reverte, who's a Spaniard, an amazing author. So we were really attached to the book in the first season. The second season, he did all the structure, and this third season, he's going to do again all the structure. And then, but so I want to keep it more as a thriller, action, political TV show, more than a narco series.
Well, and I appreciate that as well because, unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of crazy stuff happen around the world. I know you came here. I saw you conduct an interview over there with Jimmy Fallon, and you talked about coming here to the States. And I thought that was interesting. You wanted, a really good opportunity coming to the States and finding your roles one by one. Obviously, I gotta ask: is there anything that you've said no to because you're like, you know what? She's just not. She doesn't hurt anybody.
Yes, I was cast for a movie long time ago, and it was a big, big movie. But the character of the Mexican was horrible. It was terrible, and my manager was like, but it's a big movie, big names, and this and that, and you need that in order to, to make the famous crossover. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to do it like that. I want to do it with an amazing character. I cannot do that because it's putting the Mexicans down, and I can't do that. So I passed, and I never regret that. I am so happy I passed, and I am trying to listen. I've been here, Aaron, for almost 20 years living in the United States trying to make a living and this and that. And I've been working a lot, thank God. But still, all these characters, it's very hard to stay out of the stereotypes of the Mexican. It's hard. And I'm trying to do that, trying to teach, producers, even managers, agents, and writers and directors that we are different from Puerto Ricans, that we are different from Salvadorians. So, and it's a different culture. So, and I hate it when they objectify the Latina. Let's talk about Latina in general, not only Mexicans, but they objectify, sexualize, and I am so tired about it. So tired. Yeah. So I'm trying to keep away from that, and I'm starting my production company trying to stay away from stereotypes.
Well, Kate, and you're discussing something I always talk about behind the scenes, right? And I have this conversation a lot with not just those that share my same heritage and or those that are on the opposite side. I've been told quite literally, "Oh, you don't look Mexican," and I'm like, "Well, what is a Mexican supposed to look like?" Like, you know, so I've been told all kinds of things that I can't even repeat. And I have this question for you. What do you think, since you're doing your own productions as well, what type of programming do you think is going to give people a better take on just us as Mexicans in general?
Well, let me. First of all, I'm partnered with. I partnered with Endemol Shine North America. They're huge, so they gave us the opportunity to me and my production company. We are 3 women. We are Mexican, and I love that because we don't have any men partners or any white American partners. So that's amazing for me. And what I want to do is just try to have more names like mine in movies like Bad Boys for Life, for example. Not only in the indie movies that I've done, many of them, but in these big franchise movies. And also, for me, it's very important to talk about our culture, to have and make amazing mainstream shows, not Latino shows. To be honest, I don't relate with the Latino shows that I see. I don't relate to that. I just want to make. I hate labeling. So because I'm Mexican, I have to do Latino shows. Well, no, I just want to do amazing mainstream shows. And
Right.
if we can have more Latinos, yes, that's what I want to do. Bring more Latinos as actors and producers and directors.
And I'm glad you're saying that because I keep saying this to productions that happen to be very U.S. centralized, especially if they're new producers or mid-level producers. Usually the top executives sometimes even have a problem with this understanding. Latin America and international waters are a huge amount of audience members that really, especially right now during coronavirus, you know how hard it is to find something good to watch? And so I'm glad that you have season 3 of this already shot and in the can.
I totally agree with you. You were asking me that before we got disconnected the first time. And I love streaming. I love being watching. And I think because of the COVID, now the Americans are starting to watch more Latino shows, or more in another language shows. Now they're more used to reading subtitles, which before it was very hard. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's amazing what's happening right now, but now we need content. And that's what we're going to provide with La Reina del Sur, and I'm also going to be doing a show for Peacock, for this new platform for NBC. So, I mean, they're more open. 20 years ago when I just got here, it was not cool to have the accent I have right now.
Right.
So now it's just totally cool, and they are open to listening and to understanding a different accent. And I think it's changing. It's very slow, Aaron, but we're getting there. We will get there.
And you know, Kate, you kind of bring up something very important because obviously on television, anything visual, right? Any type of storytelling kind of starts to set the pace in people's minds that this is almost reality. I'm sure you meet people that sometimes think you carry a gun. I don't know if you do, but you know, I wouldn't blame you if you do. I mean, you've met some characters. But my question is, obviously, you know, when you have like something on film, people sometimes don't know how to distance reality from fiction. Do you find that to be still the case with you?
Yeah, especially with this character of La Reina del Sur, Teresa Mendoza. She's such an icon, and I kind of like it because that means that it's believable what I do, right. And it's funny. And on the other hand, sometimes they ask me, aren't you afraid to be stereotyped, you know, or just cast as a badass, you know? And I say no. I love it, and I've been working so much in so many other kind of things and different characters that I don't feel like that because I work hard not to only get those kind of characters. And but I love Teresa Mendoza. She's an icon, and I love playing her. It's a lot of fun. I learn from her. It's like we are you know, grabbed by the hand and walking and sometimes running together. A lot of parallel things happen in our lives. I mean, I couldn't go back to Mexico because of the Chapo thing that happened, and she couldn't go back to Mexico either. And, a lot of things that were very similar ever since the first season, actually. And I love her. I even think that I know her even better than Arturo Pérez Reverte. So, so I'm very grateful. I cannot be more happy to bring it back again to all the La Reina del Sur fans, because I think it has a little bit of, or let's say a lot of life still.
Well, I mean, no truth to the rumor. I think, and I hate to I know you want this behind you, but it's just one of those things. I think they're going to have a movie about your life, meeting El Chapo, and even as much as you want to keep it in the past, I think he kind of blurred the line there. I think he saw what he thought was like, obviously a great actress, but obviously did he think you were pretty kind of like, like the character, or did he just kind of be able to separate that? Just curious.
I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure because I don't know the guy that much. I just know that he told me he was a fan of La Reina del Sur, and that he's a huge fan of my dad as well. So, and I think they found a lot of DVDs of La Reina del Sur when they caught him, which is really, for me, it's like really, really funny, I mean, and he was a very kind guy with me. That's all I can say. I mean, we all know who he is, and we all know who he is and where he is, and that's fine. But with me, he was a very nice guy, and he wanted to give me his story life right. So, yeah, I wanted them. I've been struggling. I'm a storyteller. I'm a producer. I'm an actress. And, of course, if I have the opportunity to bring in an amazing story, I will.
Well, and Kate, I mean, that speaks volumes to your character because, I see doctors that watch medical shows, and they're like, ugh, it doesn't even happen like that. But when you have a drug lord be able to say, you know what, good job, very true, very true. I got to say, the storytellers on this show, are you yourself surprised every page you turn?
I am, and I'm excited to know what's going to happen with Teresa this new season because I have no idea. But the good thing here, Aaron, is that Arturo Pérez Reverte is behind this. Because it was almost 10 years from season 1 to season 2 because I didn't want to do it, and Arturo Pérez Reverte didn't want to do it because it was such a success that we were like, well, let's just leave it as it is. And then we both wanted it because he says Teresa Mendoza is his favorite character ever. So again, after 10 years, we decided, and it was the right timing. But I was like, if Arturo is not writing at least the whole structure of the thing, I know he's not going to be writing 60 episodes because he's very busy, but the whole structure, then I don't want to do it because if you don't have an amazing story, it doesn't matter who, you've seen the flops with amazing actors. It's all in the story, and that's what makes it amazing because this is an anti-heroine, she's bad spoken, she curses all the time. She's the drunk. She sleeps with married men. She does whatever she wants. She traffics with drugs. Everything is wrong about her. She's so flawed, and I think that's what people love about her and relate because she's not the perfect heroine. We are done with those. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what's going to happen, and definitely I see every single episode. I give my notes, and I'm behind the whole thing too because now it's my responsibility to, this character.
Well, I'm just asking if you could kind of plug this to the storytellers. Wouldn't it be cool if they had not the exact same situation, but a lot of the kids currently are locked up near the border, and unfortunately of Mexican immigrants. And I talk a lot about that on this show. I did so just earlier on in the week, and this is a terrible situation that we find ourselves in. And I feel like we need her to break the kids out of the cages that they've been put in. What are your thoughts on that?
Love it. Oh my God, I love it, Aaron. And definitely one of the ideas, I just don't want to give away anything, but because they can probably kill me right now. And
let's hope not.
But yeah, we want to go. Listen. This is the first time that I, Kate, can go back to Mexico. So I want Teresa Mendoza to be deep inside Mexico, deep inside everything that's happening in the border, and also in Latin America. So I want to go to Venezuela. I want to go to Peru. I want to go to all those places and see what's going on and see what Teresa is going to be doing. And yeah, if now she's like a heroine, well, then, liberate and the kids out of those cages. That is outrageous. It's like, I'm so mad about it. It's like, I can't believe that's still happening. It's happening right now as COVID is
happening right now? Well, same thing. Kids are being separated, yanked out of their parents, and they are living in cages as of right now. It's incredible. So, yeah, that would be an amazing story, I guess, for Teresa Mendoza.
Yeah, well, and I hope, again, in real life, this gets fixed sooner than later. I know they had a bit of an order to release some, but they really need to take care of this. But look, back to your show. Congratulations on a great few seasons. What anything that you can plug that's coming up around the corner? Maybe another film?
Well, I'm going to be doing this series I told you about for Peacock, for the NBC's platform. And it's going to be a totally different thing. It's going to be like an 8 or 10 episode, and it's going to be a dark comedy. I love it.
Ooh, all right. Okay, dark comedy. Can't wait. Okay, thank you very much, Kate, for spending your morning with us. We appreciate you. Keep fighting the fight literally over there. And, before you go really quick, when you first got behind a gun, how old were you? Because you do that like so easily. By the way, I remember I was a background actor for this one show, and it was a cartel show, by the way. It was called Kingpin, and I had this fake gun on me, and while we were walking, it fumbled out of my pocket and on the floor, and everybody's like, "Cut!"
That's funny.
No, it was real though. It was funny for everybody else, not for me. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so stupid."
Oh my God. Well, I have to have a lot of training before I did that. But my dad, he's a charro, so he always had his cananas, all the charros with the guns and this and that. So he showed me since I was a little kid how to use a gun, because there were guns in the house. So he wanted me to know that they were dangerous and how to use them. So I don't know. I guess I feel comfortable with. It's just terrible, but yeah, well, that's my job, so I try to keep it, fresh, and I'm happy, and I'm flattered that you say that I look like I was born with a gun. That's actually good.